Okay, it's time to end the best player in the world debate for hockey. It's time to end it. It's time to end it now. Everyone was debating about it, but now it's over. The debate is over. I am sorry. The debate is over. Connor McDavid is by far, it's not even close, the best player on planet Earth right now. I don't think there's a player better than McDavid. 26 points these playoffs. 12 games, by the way. I don't care if Edmonton loses in the finals. If Edmonton makes the finals and loses, Connor McDavid's still going to get the Conn Smythe. The dude's had way too good of a postseason not to win that award. I don't see how he's not taking home the Conn Smythe. The dude is a madman. The dude is unreal. I don't want to play Edmonton in the finals if we get there and it's Edmonton. I'm not going to be ready. Connor McDavid's going to kill this defense. Plus, Connor McDavid owns us. Connor McDavid actually owns this team. Connor McDavid is Connor McDavid. That was unbelievable. I don't know how Edmonton pulled that off. I don't know how Connor McDavid did that. Edmonton, after getting shelled in game one, granted they scored 6, Calgary scored 9. If they weren't shelled in game one, they would have swept them. But this game was amazing. Game 4 was pretty good. Game 2 was pretty good. The worst game was game 3. By far, game 3 was the worst game. Here's my thing. Every NHL fan needs to root for the Edmonton Oilers in the West. Connor McDavid needs to be in the finals. It's great for hockey if you put Connor McDavid in the finals. If the Oilers make the finals, that would be the best thing to happen in hockey in a long time. Because you have the player that you've been marketing for so long. Ever since he's been drafted, you've marketed him for the longest time. And now Connor McDavid is having an unbelievable postseason. And you have his wingmate, who many, including myself, now is the modern Mark Messier for the Oilers this playoff run. McDavid's literally their Gretzky in these playoffs. The reason the Oilers in the finals would be great for hockey is because of McDavid. Do you see the amount of views the Oilers would get if they make the finals? You know my point exactly. A Lightning and Oilers finals, more people would watch the Stanley Cup finals than the NBA finals. The NBA finals is going to be Boston and Golden State. But my thing is, the Edmonton Oilers, this team reminds me of 2019-20 Tampa Bay Lightning. They're similar. Tampa's got better. That Tampa team had better goaltending and depth, but this Edmonton team in terms of scoring blows away that Tampa team. Blows it away. The Oilers in 29, because the year before last year the Oilers got swept in the first round. The Oilers were humiliated in every possible way by the Winnipeg Jets. 4-game sweep. What's good, A-Rob? Not much. Just graduated, but let's talk about the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid. Literally nobody's better than Connor McDavid. I swear. That man's gonna win the Conn Smythe even if they lose in the final. If they lose in the final, Even if they lose in the finals, he's still going to win the Conn Smythe. And if it's in Tampa, he better not get booed. Dude's clearly the best player of these playoffs. It isn't even a debate. Connor McDavid may single-handedly carry the Oilers to the finals. Connor McDavid and Draisaitl, because Draisaitl has been unbelievable these playoffs as well. Now, say what you want about the controversial overturned Blake Coleman goal. You can say Coleman was pushed, but he can still control his skate. But again, even if he did, there's a little bit of goalie interference in there. There's a little bit of goalie interference, so it's not a goal. It shouldn't be a goal. I was thinking maybe that's a goal. But then I looked at it more and I'm like, nah, that's not a goal. Then I looked at it more and I was like, nah, that ain't a goal. But Calgary fans, I better not hear you complaining. I better not hear you complaining about that overturned goal because as y'all complain about a no goal in 04, don't complain again. And don't be little babies about it like you were after the 04. Because you need to get over quick controversy. Because, I got over 2011. The one I did not get over was 2015 because that was a finals loss. I'm never getting over a finals loss. And it was to Chicago of all teams. The Oilers, I'm happy for McDavid. I'm happy that he's been this far. Now, look, can the Oilers beat St. Louis or Colorado? I think they can. I think they will beat either one of those teams. I don't trust Colorado. And I think the Oilers, offensively, would just overwhelm Colorado. Colorado would just get overwhelmed. Now, granted, Colorado can score big on Edmonton, but their goaltending, Colorado's goaltending, it isn't any good. Darcy Kemper sucks, okay? Darcy Kemper's terrible. He's terrible. I'm telling you, Kemper is actually terrible. Edmonton and Tampa are the two teams in the third round right now. Tampa and Edmonton, I'm more scared of Edmonton than any team. Defensively, you need to slow them down. The Oilers you can't use neutral zone trap against the Oilers. Wanna why? They're way too fast. They're going to catch you on the break, and they're going to make you pay for it. That's how you beat the neutral zone trap. You got to catch them on the break. We weren't fast enough to catch Columbus on the break when they had neutral zone trap. But again, Bobrovsky was so good, it didn't matter. If we neutral zone trap one time, I'm going to start getting mad because that's not going to work against Edmonton. Because McDavid is an absolute goon. Here's my top 5 players right now. No debate. Number 1 is Connor McDavid. Number 2, I'm putting Leon Draisaitl. I'm putting Connor McDavid 1, Leon Draisaitl 2. 3, Matthews. 4, Kucherov. 5. Who would be 5? I'll put... Johnny Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau's not top 5. He's definitely top 10, but he's not top 5. Who would I put at 5? Definitely not Barkov and Huberdeau. They're top 10, but not top 5. All we know is McDavid's 1. And it's not up for debate. McDavid is 1. The Warriors moved on. No surprise. I knew they'd go to the finals. I've been saying they'd go to the finals since December. Everyone was like, you're lying to yourself. And I was like, they're going to go to the finals. Even when they had that rough patch, I was like, they're going to go to the finals. They did go to the finals. And I'm like, what did I tell y'all? The Oilers. I said they'd go to the third round. Literally, even when they had those rough patches, I said they'd get to round 3. And they did. They did. I said Edmonton would win. I said Calgary would get a game. but I had Edmonton winning the series. I had 5 in my street in the pick I did. I had Edmonton in 5. On Dashy's stream, I had Edmonton in 7, but I was like Edmonton in 5. I knew Edmonton. I'm 2 for 2 so far. I'm always good in the second round. The only one I screwed up last year was Colorado. Otto. I had Montreal. Did I have Montreal beating Winnipeg? I did have Montreal beating Winnipeg. We don't care about Virginia Tech baseball. We're talking hockey, Hokie. Get out of here. Next week is supposedly when the third round is going to begin. All I know is Tampa is either going to get Carolina or the Rangers. There's only 2 series left. St. Louis, Colorado. Game 6 is Friday, which is today. And on Saturday is Carolina and the Rangers Game 6 in MSG. I think St. Louis and the Rangers are going to win, and then Carolina and St. Louis will win those Game 7s. Will I be surprised if Colorado wins? No, absolutely not. But will Colorado beat Edmonton? Probably not. Edmonton is going to be waiting and preparing for Colorado and St. Louis. Colorado or St. Louis. They're going to prepare for both. They're going to be like, how are we going to slow down the speed of the Avs? And they're just going to trap them. And trapping the Avs work because they're not that fast. It's just McKinnon who's really, really fast. Edmonton, McDavid would go buck wild on that defense. A lot of people I know are rooting for McDavid to win the Cup. They're rooting for Edmonton because of McDavid. People are rooting for Edmonton because Connor McDavid is a god. Everyone wants Connor McDavid to win the Cup. It's good for hockey if McDavid wins the Cup. Like, if the Oilers win the Cup against Tampa, I really won't be that mad because it's good for hockey as a hockey fan. Because I'm a hockey fan first, the Tampa fan second. Like, I was happy the Capitals made the finals because I love Alex Ovechkin. I was happy he got to the finals after years of heartbreak. I'm glad he got there, and I'm glad he won. I told Capital fans, I'm like, yeah, good series, y'all. After Game 7, I went to their socials, and I was like, good series, y'all. As a Tampa fan, that was a very good series. Now go get that cup. And then the Capitals won, and I congratulated them. Because I was happy for them. I was also happy that St. Louis won. I congratulated them. I was happy they beat Boston. I'm pretty sure every Tampa fan I know was happy they beat Boston. I haven't rooted for Edmonton. I haven't rooted for Edmonton ever in the playoffs, except for kind of when they played Anaheim. I didn't really care about 2006. I wasn't really big into hockey, and I was too young. I got big into hockey the next year when Tampa made the playoffs, lost to New Jersey, beat Anaheim, and Anaheim won the Cup. Let's talk about Calgary. Johnny Gaudreau was a ghost. Andrew Mangiapane did better than Johnny Gaudreau this series. Andrew Mangiapane. Mangiapane is a depth player. I would love Mangiapane, but he's going to get locked up by Calgary. Mangiapane is going to get locked up. Because we need a left wing, because Palat is going to leave. Markstrom, terrible this. Markstrom was 100% a ghost. Dude was terrible. He was so bad in the second round. But again, Markstrom always is terrible against Edmonton, so it doesn't really surprise me that Markstrom did terrible this series, because Markstrom sucks against Edmonton. And, well, Markstrom was indeed terrible against Edmonton. Tampa and Edmonton are the first teams to move on. There's a good chance that's the finals. Very good chance. I'll take Demko over Markstrom easily. Markstrom isn't that good. Calgary just had very good defense in front of them. And Edmonton exposed that defense. Now we know how to beat that Calgary defense. Now let's see if St. Louis and Colorado ends. That's going full 7. Full 7 games. But I'm calling it. That's gonna go all 7 games. I think it's going 7. The Edmonton Oilers, the Blues, I think will win Game 6. Then Game 7 is going to be up in the air. A lot of Colorado. St. Louis is heading back home, and they have momentum after a huge overtime win. That win was huge. Say it was a fluke all you want, but that was a huge win. Anyways, I'm going to head out. Nobody in the world in hockey is better than Connor McDavid. The Edmonton Oilers are literally Canada's team and part of America's team because a lot of America is rooting for Edmonton. But yeah, I will see you all next time. Go Bolts. Peace out.